Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Mila Moore and Victoria Crawford. From Charlotte, North Carolina, she's the undeniable Diamond, Tessa Blanchard.
This past weekend at No Surrender, which you can watch back anytime on demand on TNA Plus, we saw a Knockouts Battle Royal to determine the future #1 contender to the Knockouts World Championship. Tessa Blanchard thought she had won it, but she forgot about Jody Threat.
Jody Threat, who we thought was eliminated, but was hanging on literally by her feet.
Oh.
Surprising Blanchard at the end of it all and getting herself a guaranteed Knockouts World title shot.
The two had a confrontation backstage later that night at No Surrender, and that's led us to this matchup tonight on TNA Thursday Night Impact on AMC.
And her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Jody Threat.
Jody Threat is the wild child in certainly a chaotic time for the Knockouts division. She's got herself a guaranteed future TNA Knockouts World title shot after that Battle Royal at No Surrender. Meanwhile, that same night at No Surrender, her old tag team partner, Danny Luna, returned. Doomsday Danny Luna also has a guaranteed future TNA Knockouts World title shot. It's a crowded picture for Ariana Grace, not to mention the former champion, Lei Ying Lee.
Of course, Lei Ying Lee has a rematch in her back pocket, and if Tessa Blanchard is successful in this match, she just beat one of the contenders for the Knockouts World title. Maybe that bumps her up a list for a Knockouts World title shot.
Tessa Blanchard has made it very clear, as a two-time world champion in this company, she will go after the TNA Knockouts World Championship, quote, whenever she pleases.
Anyone wearing that title is on borrowed time as far as Tessa Blanchard is concerned. One of the toughest, roughest, most effective technicians in all of professional wrestling. Wait, great counter there by Jody Threat.
Shoulders down, Threat trying to put away Blanchard.
Now Jody Threat digging into the submission game, trying to turn over Blanchard, who counters though.
Trying to set up for that Boston Crab, perhaps. On the move, clotheslines here in the corner. This has been a staple of Jody Threat during her time here in TNA Wrestling.
You can't forget, of course, Mila Moore, Victoria Crawford on the outside. You always got to have eyes in the back of your head about them.
Threat bursts out of the corner and nearly took out Blanchard.
Meanwhile, Jody Threat, ever since the explosion of Spitfire, has kind of been on her own. No backup is a dangerous situation when you're with someone like Blanchard, Crawford, and Moore.
To your point, the tag team Spitfire was once Jody Threat and the aforementioned Danny Luna. They captured 2 Knockouts World Tag Team Championships together. Blanchard in control of Jody Threat here in Nashville. We hope you'll join us for our upcoming events in Atlanta, Georgia, and New Orleans, Louisiana. Those tickets are on sale now via TNAWrestling.com, and the pre-sale for upcoming events in Cleveland, Ohio. We'll be there for Rebellion on April 11th, and 2 nights of Impact in Syracuse, New York, April 14th and 15th. The pre-sale for Cleveland and Syracuse.
Look out, cover.
Begins this coming Wednesday, the 25th, and the general on sale starts 1 week from tomorrow, Friday, February 27th. Head to TNAWrestling.com for complete ticket information.
As Blanchard has been taking it here to Jody Threat relentlessly. And this is the world, this is the zone that Tessa Blanchard lives in. You can call it being a bully, you can call it being excessive, whatever you want. I call it effective.
There's plenty of people in the TNA locker room that would call it exactly that, for the record. Tessa Blanchard putting all of her body weight on Jody Threat. Double stop right to the midsection. Blanchard's got the peanut gallery here at ringside with Mila Moore and Victoria Crawford.
And look, you can take pot shots all you want, but all it takes is one errant strike from them, distraction here, whatever, all the things you hate about everything here in wrestling, Tom. But All it takes is one moment, and having that kind of backup can make all the difference.
This nasty abdominal stretch by Tessa Blanchard.
Right after the ribs. He's been focusing the ribs of Jody Threat this entire matchup.
I have to ask you, we heard from Ariana Grace, the new TNA Knockouts World Champion earlier on tonight, sounded mighty proud of herself. Do you think she's thought about what comes next for her as champion? We talked about all these challengers.
I mean, look, I agreed with everything she had to say. You use every tool you have, whether people like it or not. But to your point, she is now sitting at that precipice on that mountaintop. I hope she's ready to continue digging into the bag of tricks as all these challengers come knocking.
I think Ariana Grace was so out to stick it to her father, Santino Marella. Maybe she's basking in the victory a little bit too much.
Maybe. Only time will tell. Maybe more fuel will be added to that fire to really stick it to Santino Marella.
Oh, and now Jody Threat really sticking it to Tessa Blanchard. There's the release German suplex.
That's a big opening for Jody Threat, who's had a lot of her breath taken away from her. All that damage to the ribs. You can't breathe, you can't fight.
Now Threat all over Blanchard, center of the ring. Threat thinking about pop, shove it. This is actually eliminated Tessa Blanchard with the Battle Royal and no surrender. There's Crawford and Moore getting involved. That'll draw a disqualification.
Well, clearly, Blanchard's pals and Tessa Blanchard herself are sick of it. They don't need the official win.
You will never, ever be on my level.
Oh, no, Blanchard.
Trying to send a message here to Jody Threat, setting up, continuing the attack on the ribs.
Oh! Blanchard with those elbows right to the ribs. Threat's defenseless, but wait a minute. There's Harley Hudson and Myla Grace.
Finally, a little bit of backup for Jody Threat.
Hudson and Grace, who warned Threat about Blanchard, Crawford, and Moore back at No Surrender. They were also a part of the Battle Royal. Hudson and Grace supporting Threat. We're going to try and regroup here because coming up next, tag team action. Rich Swann and BDE against Sinner and Saint is next.